Welcome back. So looking at this component right here, we can see that it's actually using some kind of app HTML. Remember again, we are trying to glue together CSS, HTML, and JavaScript here. So this file is kind of going to end up being the JavaScript part of that glue. The TypeScript file is going to be the JavaScript part of the glue. But we need to know where we should put the JavaScript, and that's kind of what we're doing here. We're explaining that we're going to work together with the app HTML right here. So the app HTML, where does that reside? Well, again, if we look at the navigation here, it's right here on the same folder, the app folder right here. Now, this is where we'll start seeing some actual tags that you might be used to from HTML. All of the tags, notice they are Ionic specific, or at least most of them, except for the button right here. They are all Ionic specific tags. Whenever you see Ion something, that's a Ionic tag. And here we have a menu. That probably means that we are showing some kind of menu. Maybe. Let's try and have a look at our actual home component. This is probably the menu up here, right? That makes sense. This is the menu. And inside the menu, we're going to have some kind of title. Okay, a title. There's the title in the menu. Makes sense. Inside that one, we have some kind of content that shows a list of buttons. Okay, a list of buttons. Let's try and see. Oh, we have a list of buttons. Nice. I like it. And each button should probably have a title of some kind. And that title we're getting from a list of some kind called pages. So we have a home and a list. But what are pages? Well, whenever you look at an HTML file that is bound to a component like we have right here, if you see a tag like this, like right here we have pages, that guy should actually be inside the TS file. So let's have a look at this TypeScript file that uses the app HTML and see if we can find something called pages. There we go. That's the pages. Now that's an array, meaning it's a list of some kind. What is inside the array? Well, we have a list with two different components. The first title is home, the next title is list, right? So let's try and go back to the HTML. It says we have a list of pages in the TS file. Go and grab that list of pages. Okay, I have the pages. Then use a for loop. Use a loop to run over each of the pages. Now for each page you find in this list, and we had two, right? We had the list page and the home page. For each page you find, convert it into a single page, not the list, but a single. So now we have the home page available right here. Now the home page, use the title of that guy and put him here inside this button right here. So it seems that right now we would write home inside a button, right? So I can click the guy. And let's just have a look. It says home right here. The button is predefined Ionic button, so it will figure out how it should look and feel depending on the device. So here we have now the home button. Sweet. Now we go and say there's another page here, woo, called list. Yay! Make that into another button and take that title again and put that inside. There we go. Now we have a list. Now that's how an ngFor works inside Angular and inside Ionic. We're running over a list, and for each item inside that list, we're going to create, in this case, a button. Now, if I went and grabbed this guy and put him inside the content here, just for an instance, this guy would be created for each page. So wherever you put the ngFor, it's actually creating it. So now we kind of figured out how we're displaying all of these titles right here. Let's just try and play with this. Let's just write -kk here, see what happens. Go into the menu. Oh, it says -kk, right? So you can kind of manipulate this right now, and let's just save this. And now you kind of know how these guys are glued together, right? You know that this page list can now be grabbed inside the app HTML because they are bound together with this template URL right here. But now we know how we got the pages in there. Now we know how they're displayed. But what is this open page? What is that all about? Well, let's try and have a look at the next lesson.